What's up, Indiana? This is Coach Hull, your Olympic Developmental Director for the ISWA and coach here at LOG. We've been covering some things over the past couple weeks that Indiana collectively have been working on. Now we are about to transition to some counterattacks from leg attacks, all right? We have to make sure that we stay in position, but we want to make everybody pay for having the audacity to even enter our realms, all right? We can't just let people get away with everything, right? We have to counter absolutely everything. So we're gonna go over some basic fundamental counters that we can make people pay whenever they hit certain moves on us that we'll see out there, all right? So get ready to learn. All right, so first, from a offense, counter-offense standpoint, we're gonna talk about our lines of defense, which is our head, our hands, our head, our elbows, our hips, and then some funk, all right? Our hands are out in first front, our head, then our elbows, which are our line of defense, hence elbow passing, all right? Our hips, which is still fundamental, and then if our hips get beat, now we're talking about our funk, all right? But ideally, I want to make sure that nobody gets past my hands and heads first, all right? So if we got Nick out here, all right, if I'm wrestling here and I'm tight and Nick's real quick, right, and my hands are not in position here, he can take some of these leg attacks, all right? He can attack my hands, and he can take these shots from away. Let's say he takes a low single or a low double, all right? It's too late. The time you got it. All right, the time it takes for my hands to get in position. But if I make sure that nobody gets past my hands and my head, then they'll never even get to any other part of my body. The chances of me winning that match dramatically increase if they never touch my legs. All right, so now we're wrestling and my hands are out in front. Nick's trying to work. Go ahead. And I'm staying in good position, keeping my head in position. All right, I'm not doing anything major other than keeping my head in position and keeping my hands out front. All right, we're wrestling. Nick takes a shot, head's in position. There's my counterattack. All right, notice I'm dropping my head, moving my feet. All right, if my hands are in bad position, he's just going to take this shot. If my hands are up, he doesn't see the shot. She doesn't see the shot. Now we have to hand fight. He or she has to get past my hands to be able to get to a tie and attack. So, which is why I want my hands in position first. But again, my hands can be in position, but if my head's out of position, he has access or she has access to my legs. So don't be okay with this. Don't be okay with your head being cocked to one side or the other or being out of position. All right? Don't be okay with your hands being in bad position. Get them up, out in front. All right? Get your head in position. All right? I'm meeting with my hands and then put my head in position right here. All right? Look at my stance and my feet. If I were here, I'm getting moved around. So everything is in good position. All right? So the first thing that you can work on, hand fighting, somebody takes the shot, I'm getting my head in the way, squaring up, circling, all right, back to my lead leg for my level change and penetrating. You'll see some people hit this down block, all right, but if they're shooting a misdirection low single or a low double, that's not necessarily it, okay? I want to have good habits, getting my head down, moving both of my feet, getting strong here, all right? So now, same concept, he takes a shot, I'm dropping my head, there's my leg attack, there's whatever, all right, I want to take my shot with, all right? So, hands, head, even using your elbows. We won't spend too much time with it, but these are also a defense, especially when your head usually gets out of position, right? I'm in here, I'm collar tying, I'm blocking with this, all right? This is a line of defense, All right, is that elbow. Hence, this person has to elbow pass to get to a tie. So I need to make sure that my elbows are down. I really want to stay away from hanging, especially in positions where my elbows are out. All right, I want to keep my elbows down as much as possible. All right, so hands, head, hips. Now, let's start getting to some fundamental stuff. I prefer that, and most of us probably will prefer that we stick with the fundamental stuff. We'll get into some funky freestyle counters too. But fundamentally, Nick, hand fights to his tie. I'm being lazy. My head's out of position. Shame on me. He sets me up, gets to the sweep single. Boom. Okay? Now, a lot of times, let's say we go whizzer and we stuff. Just stay still. A lot of times I'm in this position, but you see how my head is down and my legs are bent, okay? If my hips are out, I'm losing. There's only funk there. If my hips are in, my hips are winning. Understand that. If my hips are in, I'm winning this position. If my hips are out, they're broken. All right, now I've got funk that I can only rely on. So you still want to stick with fundamental wrestling. So they hit this sweep single. I'm going here. I'm keeping my hips in, my chest up, head up. All right. I don't want to just cover them and stop here. All right. I don't want to just cover and stop and wait for a stalemate or anything like that. I want to score. So when they shoot this sweep single, I'm whizzering, stuffing. All right. I'm going to throw this leg over, crashing this other hip, catching, hips in, using my hips the whole time, circling away from the leg that they're attacking. All right. Block the arm. I can pop my hips out, run the double, jump to this gut wrench, whatever. All right. They got one move when they're on their hip. That's just one move. Let's get to their base or flatten out. All right. But again, this person take this shot. I can do all type of funky stuff. Go ahead. I can do some funky stuff, but for now, I just want to use fundamental wrestling. All right? There's no such thing as a stalemate. All right? Continue to advance through these positions. All right, so even if they are shooting a double, this person shoots a double. Go ahead. He gets in on a double. How do we defend the double? We make them take a single. Okay? Right now, my hips are out and broken. All I have is funk. I get my hips in. I haven't been beaten yet. How do I defend this double? I make them take a single. I make them take a single. How do I defend this position? Fundamentally, right? Whatever transition I have, but I want to make people pay. We need to make people pay for having the audacity to shoot at us or shoot on us. This person takes his head on the outside single or high crotch. Same thing. They get up to perfect position. All right. I can't whizzer and stuff here. I've got to redirect his position. I'm either kneeing, hipping, creating space, redirecting the head. Outside hand usually stays on the head. All right, to keep it down, you can tell he's in bad position. Scoring. All right. So again, somebody shoots a sweep single. I don't need to look down. Hips are in. All right. Somebody's taking that double. Make them take a single. Make them take a single. They shoot a head on the outside single. Y'all understand? All right, don't be okay with just letting people get in there. All right, that's fundamental stuff. sprawl, head up, hips in. All right. So he's on a head on the outside single, crotch lift. All right. He's here. Now, in order, you'll see some people reach over the back, try to lock. May not get there every time, but the first thing I have to do is beat this shoulder. All right. This isn't where I want to be. I want to beat that shoulder. So I'm going to beat the shoulder, squaring up. Whoop! Now that shoulder has popped out. You can see I'm squared up to the person. Now, I'm going to squat, and I'm going to go elbow deep right down the middle. Some will get here behind the thigh. You may not expose their back if you try to throw this. All right? I'm going behind or right down the middle. Now, I don't roll straight back. I can roll backwards if I get enough momentum to come out on top. All right? But I just want to get in the habit of not exposing my back. So what I'm going to do is just hit my crack down. All right? Here, outside leg up. Let's just say for the sake of drill, posting so I can keep my head and hips high and make them go over their back. Not mine. All right. So a little bit slower. All right. As they penetrate, I feel them because I'm not super tense. Flow, step. That shoulder peaks, catch. All right. I can keep that lock, roll with them to score. All right. But all I'm hitting is this. Look. Boop. That's my crackdown. Boom. But hip high. Keep my chest high. All right, one more time. I feel it. Feel it. I'm going to slip this shoulder out while I step. Boom. I'm not sprawling here. I'm squatting. Here. Catching. Elbow deep. Collapse to this hip. All right. Once you learn how to do that, you can keep the lock and learn how to roll with them. All right. I'm changing that direction. I'm not just going straight over my back. All right. Second thing that we can work on when somebody shoots a bad shot. Fundamental. Let's say sweep. Go ahead. So I'm getting to this position. I'm here. All right. Let's turn around this way. So I'm in this position here. Again, look at how my head's down and my hips are out. This isn't fundamental stuff. He feels my weight. She feels my weight. But they don't feel the pressure. All right. Me getting in here is when they start feeling pressure. All right. But right now, I'm in this position. All right. If I'm in this position and I stay here, they're going to be able to build up. This hip's up. This hip's open. They shoot their head up, step up. They're being able to peek out. All right. So anyway, simple tilt. All right. I'm going to go tight waist here. All right. This outside leg is going to pinch and block this elbow. Here. All right. Pinch and block this elbow. All right. This belly whizzer's tight. Same concept. I don't want to go over my back. So this hand's going to post, and the leg that they have, this is super important, I am going to knee him right in his chest. Notice I keep my head high. Knee him right in the chest. All right. There's my two. Now, I can catch him on their back here, block this elbow, circle and get my fall. But for the most part, this is happening real fast. All right. So this person squares up. He squares up again. If he squares up again or she squares up again, don't go right back to it. What do? Secure this position. Get back to fundamental. Stop them first. Stop them. All right. Now I can get back to it. Click. Two, keeping my head up high. Hopefully he just keeps holding on to it. All right, because he builds back up again. I don't stay here. Secure it. All right. Boom. Knee's gonna come around, pinch, block that knee, pinch, post. I'm taking them over this leg. The knee is coming over that pinch. All right, again, if I want to catch them in the back, block, stretch that leg out, catch under, get the fall. All right, so something easy. The other one is the roll. A lot of kids do this one. They'll go right to it. This person will hit the sweep. All right, going big, boom, boom. Yeah, all right. Again, not too much. I'm kind of fundamental here. But now, same thing. This knee's going to come in, block, belly whizzer, catch this ankle, roll. Once I get back there, don't stop. Go all the way to fundamentals. Head up, hips in. All right? So the funk is great. It's super awesome. But you can't be too funky in freestyle. All right? When you're funky out there in folk style, it's cool, right? Hard to wrestle, all right? But higher quality schools are looking for people who are well-versed or more versed in the freestyle and Greco because they have to be more fundamentally sound, all right? The people that are scramble monsters get themselves in crazy positions in folk style. I'm not saying anything's wrong with that, but you're scored 6 to 10 points on yourself because you did not have mat awareness on where your body was, all right? So just the habits of wrestling freestyle, the habits of wrestling Greco are why these wrestlers have more stock at the higher levels. Again, the best of the best didn't wrestle freestyle because they were good. The best of the best wrestle freestyle to be good. Go get it. Work on it. All right, 1, 2, 2.